In this example, we have the following prompt. Amazon hires a stats class to estimate a 90% confidence interval for the true mean distance the package travels. A random sample of 100 packages are selected, with an average of 82 miles and a standard deviation of 7.3 miles. Since I'm seeing the words confidence interval, because I'm seeing the words estimate, I know that I'm going to be using the CAND for a confidence interval. So I'm going to start out by doing the confidence information. The sample is going to be a specific number. So I'm looking for how many were in my sample. I'm going to be looking here, a random sample of 100 packages, which means my population is not a number, it is all packages. The statistics are the pieces of information they gave me about the mean and standard deviation. I'm going to be using the notation X bar for the average or the mean, which is 82. And I'll be using S little x for standard deviation of that X bar, and that is 7.3 miles. My parameter is also going to be in words. Notice I don't know anything about the population. That's what we're estimating. So when I'm talking about population and parameter, these will be in words. So my parameter is that letter mu. I'm going to put mu equals, and I am estimating the true mean distance the package travels. True mean distance the package travels. Now that I've stated all the information that I'm going to need, I'm going to go ahead and move on to A for checking the assumptions. So the first assumption I need to check for is random. So I'm going to look anywhere for the prompt where it's mentioning random. And it's right here in the second line, a random sample. So I'm going to use that quotation, random sample. Next, I need to verify that it's independent, which means I need to figure out how many were in my sample and state that it's less than 10% of that population. Well, the number of packages I have is 100. So 100 is less than 10%. The population is all packages. And the last thing I need to do is double check normal. Now, side note, in proportions, we cared about success and failure being more than 10. Because this is a mean, because we're talking about averages, I just need to verify that the total number is greater than or equal to 25. How many packages do I have? 100. 100 is definitely bigger than 25. So I have checked all three of my assumptions. Next is the name and the number. So I need to look at the information. How many samples do I have? There's only one sample. There's only one letter N. And so it is a 1. This is a mean. There are averages. Means do not use the Z table. They use the T table. And I like to say T is for tigers because tigers are mean, and that's how I remember it. And because we are doing an estimate, this is an interval. So yes, you need all four pieces. A one sample, this is a mean, and we're using the letter T, and it's an interval. So let's look at the numbers that we need to put into the formula. My formula is going to be X bar plus or minus that special T star times the standard deviation, and that formula is the number they give us for the sample standard deviation all over the square root of the total. That X bar is also that point estimate. Remember, we're doing an interval, which means we're taking our guessing point and we got to go a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left to figure out what those two numbers are that is going to be my estimating. So that point estimate, that number in the middle is that X bar 82. plus or minus. To get that T star, we're going to go to the back of the book, which is A-126. And when I go to the back of the book, notice that over here, let's try to zoom in a little bit better. It says table T, and up at the top it says 20%, 10%, 5%, 2%, 1%. Miss Waters has a 90% confidence interval. So the leftover is 10%. Now I got to go all the way down until I get to 100, because that's how many packages I chose. And I'm going to stop at 100, and then I'm going to go up 1. My degrees of freedom. You got to go up 1. So you never want to use the exact number. We go up 1. 1.665. So that T star is 1.665. Open up the parentheses. S of x is 7.3. That's up here. And then a big square root sign with the letter N. N is 100 for the number of packages. This is how much you need to show to get credit for your work on the AP exam. And then I'm going to use my handy dandy magic of the calculator. And my two numbers are 80.78 and 83.21. So they gave me sample information. I checked to make sure my data is fantastic. I calculated our estimated interval. Now I need to tell them what that decision is. So I'm going to put all of this together in a nice little sentence. We are 90% confident. You can use any pronoun you like or just put 90% confident. And this part is that mu part, which is why we stated it. 90% confident the true mean distance the package travels. True mean distance the package travels is anywhere between, and then the two numbers we got, 80.78 and 83.21 miles. Always make sure you finish up with some context. And that is a confidence interval from start to finish for a one sample mean.